There are a few select eras and genres of racing that motorsports fans unanimously agree on. 1960s endurance, 1980s rally, late 80s F1, and the focus of today's video, late 90s BTCC. And we now have a top-tier mod for Assetto Corsa that brings this legendary era to us at home. And today, I'm going to review it. Yo guys, Mike for Sim Racing 604, and say hello for the first time to the Tourers pack for Assetto Corsa on PC from renowned modding team Virtual Racing Cars. The pack honors 1999 British Touring Car Championship cars, and we've been given 3 as part of this pack: the Ascent, the Vector, and the Mondo. To us in the real world, these are the 1999 Honda Accord BTCC, Opel Vectra BTCC, and the Ford Mondeo BTCC. The homologated specs of these cars put them a shade over 300 horsepower each and just under 1,000 kilograms, and perhaps most notably, front-wheel drive. So why the lore? Why are these cars so revered? Well, much of the car's reputation is owed to the driver's aggression. These weren't delicate cars. Look up highlights from 1999 BTCC and you'll be presented with montages of cars flying over curbs, smacking tire barriers, and bumping into each other while 2 or 3 wide through a corner. The 1999 BTCC calendar took the series to Donington Park, Silverstone, Thruxton, Brands Hatch, Alton Park, Croft, and Knockhill. I'm a fan of basically everything the VRC team has done, and I'm expecting these 3 high-revving wheel-to-wheel race cars to rock. So let's get on track. So here we are about to get started at Silverstone National. It's not the correct era of Silverstone. This is the Silverstone that is included with Assetto Corsa from Kunos. But we will have fun just the same. So we're going to run a 9-lapper here. Not sure why I chose 9 laps, but here we are. And I started off in 10th position, and I would say I've gained 1, maybe 2 position car off to my left there. These things are definitely prone to understeer. You will see that very soon, especially in the first couple of laps. Till we get these tires up to temperature, you'll see a fair bit of understeer in the car. You can see the amount of movement I'm having to put into the wheel just to keep it straight. We're overloading those tires, of course. Under braking, everything pitches to the front, and then you introduce roll when you turn the wheel. And yeah, it's just too much for those tires to handle. So there is a fair bit of understeer at play and a fair bit of movement once you introduce steering. Late braking there, trying to get this position. Looks like I will do just that. He's still to my left. Gotta hold on to it here. And again, somebody going wide. Looks like they held on to it this time. That's that understeer I was referring to earlier. So got a fair bit of a gap here. Probably about a second to the car ahead that I have to close up somehow. But I am about to actually give back a position, I believe. Looks like there was a car to my left. Yep. Just saw that nose come through. Whoa. Wheel-to-wheel action here through this right-hander. Literally inches separating us. And we're back on it. No closer to the car ahead, really. See if I can nail this right-hander here. Bring myself a little bit closer. Again, that understeer just killing me. But I did manage to close up the gap a bit. We'll try under braking, of course, to narrow the gap. Whoa! There's one of those BTCC curb leaps that you see so commonly. And well done to Virtual Racing Cars for giving the cars the ability to do exactly that in-game. And so I've closed that gap up significantly. So now, with the remaining 6 laps... Oh, there we go. Wow. Did not think I would get the overtake, but I got it done. So as across the start-finish line, I am currently running 7th. Fairly happy with that. The Gojira, aka Honda, to my right there, will go into this corner ahead of me, but see what I can do on corner exit, see if I can hold on to it through mid-corner. Not too much understeer, I hope. There we go, got another one done. Although we are wheel to wheel coming down the back straight. Looks like the Gojira has a significant straight line speed advantage. But do I have a cornering advantage? Do I? Haha, yes. So, if you're looking for my impressions, how do these things drive? Well, phenomenally. I mean, I did some testing here, just single player, just test day basically, or practice, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it wasn't the most impressive. I mean, they drive great, but it's not like it's some supercar or some elite prototype that's going to blow your hair back with how fast it is. These things are, you know, comparatively slow next to even GT3. I mean, you're talking about a top speed of 270 kilometers an hour, which is impressive, but it takes it a lot longer to get there than you might think. 0 to 60 is about 5 seconds. So again, it's not the blow your hair back type speed, but in terms of the physics and the drivability of the cars, it's just absolutely next level. And virtual racing cars, they always deliver. I say this video after video, but I don't think I've driven a single car of theirs that I'm not a fan of, to some extent. You know, they have like the Formula E car that doesn't do much for me, but at the same time, they nailed it for what it was. And similar here, I think a lot of people are going to drive this and think, huh, it's not actually that fast. What's the big deal about this? But I mean, you get it on track in a situation like this, you put it in a race scenario, and it's hard to imagine having more fun. So don't just drive this in practice mode or hot lap mode. I mean, you of course can as you get used to the physics, but I think this one shines the most when it's on track against a group of contemporaries like this. And hopefully in the future we can convince, oh, this is going to be ugly. We can convince virtual racing cars to bring the Nissan, because of course we would love to see that championship winning Nissan added to this 4-pack. Alright, so carving through the field here, I'm doing pretty well. Just 2 laps to go, and I have a huge gap to make up to the car ahead. 4.6 seconds, in fact. Not sure how I'll do that. Whoa! That's probably the worst understeer I've faced so far in this car, and it put me way back. So I've got a bit of work to do to make that time back. Big puff of smoke there as the car enters the corner. So yeah, that was a long-winded rant about how the cars drive and practice versus race. But I would say, as I say, I think a lot of people would buy this and go into practice mode and think, huh, this performance isn't what I thought. Well, yeah, it's slower than a lot of, you know, modern race cars, but at the same time, this wheel-to-wheel action and the ability to, you know, bump into your competitors without facing severe punishment, and that front-wheel drive, you know, you get into an issue, what do? Well, you mat it. And yeah, it's just a really fun car to drive, or cars, rather. I've driven all 3, and the performance seems extremely well balanced between them. Just even in the installation laps, my best time was within about a half second of each other, all 3 cars, so that's pretty amazing. Not that I'm the barometer for consistency, but I guess for the average sim driver, just know that they're not way out of whack. Very much in line, in fact. Alright, so it looks like we will finish this race in 4th position. I would love to make up, I've got this lap plus 1 more, I'd love to make up that gap, but I'm just not sure there is time. So is this worth the purchase? Yeah, I think 100% it is. I think this is a really fun way to break from the norm. This is the same thing I said about the virtual racing cars Formula Beta. It's like, it's a nice break from F1. as much as I love F1, and I truly do, it's nice to have a mod that is not that. And I would say it's nice to have a mod like this, 90s BTCC, you know, legendary. Those who know it, love it, and even motorsports fans like me who didn't firsthand witness 90s BTCC can look back and just say, wow, what a series that was. And now we get to live it in Assetto Corsa. So I could pretty much put this as a soundbite and play it radio DJ style, but well done to Virtual Racing Cars again. Such a phenomenal job they do, time in, time out. And these BTCC cars, you guys are going to love them. Alright, so crossing the line here, we'll take a look at a replay after this. And thank you so much for watching.